everyone, it's Scruffy here again. Do you know what makes bees the champions of pollination and an indispensable pillar of the ecosystem? Let's step into the magical world of bees, where these tiny creatures not only captivate us with their diligence and skill, but also play a crucial role in providing food for humans. But before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to make sure you don't miss any of our upcoming exciting videos. Now, let's discover the amazing and surprising secrets about bees that you probably never knew. There are about 20,000 different species of bees worldwide, the result of a long evolutionary journey from their ancestors, the wasps. This evolution has not only made bees efficient pollinators, but also endowed them with unique biological characteristics, making them irreplaceable. Millions of years ago, wasps were the ancestors of modern bees. Wasps were primarily predators, hunting other insects to feed their larvae. However, over time, some wasp species began to use pollen and nectar as their main food sources. This transition marked the first step in the evolution from predatory wasps to the modern pollinating bees. One of the most significant changes during this evolution was the development of pollen-collecting hairs and pollen baskets on the bees' hind legs. Pollen-collecting hairs, fine and densely packed hairs covering the bee's body, help them easily collect and hold on to pollen grains as they move from flower to flower. Pollen baskets, also known as corbiculae, are small pouch-like structures on the hind legs of bees used to gather and transport pollen back to the hive. Thanks to these pollen-collecting hairs and pollen baskets, bees have become incredibly efficient pollinators. When bees visit flowers to drink nectar, pollen grains stick to their pollen-collecting hairs. The bees then comb their hairs and gather the pollen into the pollen baskets to carry it back to the hive. During their movement from one flower to another, bees inadvertently transfer pollen from male to female flowers, facilitating successful pollination. A remarkable aspect of bees is their complex, yet smoothly functioning social structure. In honeybee colonies, there are three main types of bees: worker bees, drones, and the queen bee, each playing specific and vital roles in maintaining the colony's survival and efficiency. First, worker bees, which make up about 90% to 95% of the colony, are female bees but are incapable of reproducing. Worker bees handle most of the tasks in the hive, including collecting nectar and pollen, building and protecting the hive, caring for the larvae, and maintaining the hive's temperature. Worker bees fly out to forage for nectar and pollen, which they bring back to the hive to convert into honey. They use wax, a substance they secrete, to construct perfect hexagonal cells for living and storing food. Worker bees also defend the hive from predators and environmental threats, and nurture the larvae by feeding and protecting them during their development stages. Additionally, worker bees can regulate the hive's internal temperature by fanning their wings to cool it down or clustering together to keep it warm. Next are the drones, male bees that constitute a small percentage of the colony, with the sole task of mating with the queen. They do not participate in other activities like foraging or building the hive. After fulfilling their mating duty, drones are usually expelled from the hive and die, as they cannot feed or protect themselves. Lastly, the queen bee, the only reproductive female in the hive, whose primary duty is to lay eggs to ensure the colony's survival. Each day, the queen bee can lay from 1,000 to 2,000 eggs, ensuring a constant supply of new bees to replace the aging ones. The queen also releases pheromones, chemical substances that help maintain order and unity in the hive. These pheromones prevent worker bees from developing into new queens and regulate activities within the hive. Each member of the hive plays an indispensable role. The harmonious coordination among worker bees, drones, and the queen bee ensures the colony's effective and sustainable operation. Without one of these three types of bees, the colony would struggle to survive and thrive. One of the most fascinating behaviors of bees is the waggle dance, a sophisticated means of communication that directs other bees in the hive to food sources. This behavior is found in honeybees and some other species in the Apis genus. When a bee discovers a new food source, it returns to the hive and performs a series of movements called the waggle dance. This dance is not just random movements, but a complex language conveying precise information about the food source's location. The waggle dance consists of two main parts: the straight run and the waggle run. In the straight run, the bee moves in a short straight line, then turns and waggles its body from side to side. The speed and number of waggles change depending on the distance and quality of the food source. The more the bee waggles and the faster the speed, the closer and higher quality the food source is. The direction of the straight run in the waggle dance corresponds to the direction of the food source relative to the sun. If the bee moves straight up vertically, it indicates that the food source is directly towards the sun. If the bee moves at an angle to the left or right, it indicates the corresponding direction relative to the sun's position. The waggle dance not only helps other bees in the hive know the direction and distance to the food source, but also provides information about the quality of the food source. The bees receiving the information from the dance will fly out and locate the exact position indicated by the dancing bee, ensuring that the entire hive is adequately supplied with the necessary pollen and nectar. The sophistication of the waggle dance has been studied and confirmed by scientists through numerous experiments. Austrian biologist Karl von Frisch was the first to discover and decode this dance in the 1940s. His work was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1973. Frisch's work opened a new door to understanding the intelligence and communication abilities of bees. Bees play a crucial role in maintaining ecosystems and ensuring food supplies for humans. Honeybees are considered the most efficient pollinators, significantly contributing to crop development. Pollination is vital for flowering plants to produce fruit. About 75% of the world's crops depend on insect pollination, with honeybees being the main pollinators. Thanks to honeybees, crops such as apples, pears, watermelons, tomatoes, and many other fruits and vegetables can grow robustly and yield high outputs. Without bees, the pollination process would be disrupted, leading to a severe decline in agricultural production, directly affecting the food supply for humans. Besides contributing to agricultural production, honeybees help maintain biodiversity. Pollination affects not only cultivated plants, but also wild plants. Thanks to honeybees, many wildflowers can continue to grow and sustain the complex ecosystems we live in. The loss of bees would cause a domino effect, weakening biodiversity and the stability of natural environments. Moreover, honeybees produce honey, a valuable food source with numerous health benefits. Honey is not only a natural energy source, but also has antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties and provides many vitamins and minerals. Bee products like beeswax and propolis also have many applications in medicine and cosmetics. However, bees are currently facing many severe threats. Excessive use of pesticides, habitat loss, climate change, and diseases have significantly reduced bee populations worldwide. Without timely protection and restoration measures, the disappearance of bees could have serious consequences for humans and ecosystems. I hope this journey into the world of bees will help everyone recognize the importance and wonder of these tiny creatures. From their irreplaceable role in pollination to maintaining biodiversity, bees are truly the silent heroes of nature. However, given the current threats, protecting and sustaining the existence of bees is more urgent than ever. If you found this video interesting, please hit like and share it for everyone to enjoy. Finally, subscribe to the channel to discover more fascinating things.